Welcome to our video on the Cultural Revolution in Kazakhstan during the Soviet period. The Cultural Revolution was a significant event in the country's history that aimed to transform Kazakh culture into a more Soviet-style culture. In this video, we will explore the impact of the revolution on the Kazakh people and their traditional way of life, and how it affected the country's cultural heritage.
The Cultural Revolution in Kazakhstan was a period of massive social and cultural change that took place during the Soviet period. The revolution was part of a broader Soviet campaign to transform the country's diverse cultures into a single Soviet-style culture. The Soviet authorities believed that traditional Kazakh culture was backward and needed to be modernized to meet the demands of the modern world. However, the Cultural Revolution had a significant impact on the Kazakh people and their traditional way of life. The Soviet authorities banned many traditional Kazakh practices, such as hunting and nomadic herding, and forced people to settle in towns and cities. Kazakh language was also suppressed, and Russian was promoted as a dominant language of the country. Collectivization, which was introduced in Kazakhstan in the early 1930s, had a profound impact on the traditional nomadic lifestyle of the Kazakh people. The Soviet government aimed to eliminate private land ownership and transform nomadic herders into sedentary farmers, which disrupted the centuries-old way of life of the Kazakh people. As a result, many Kazakh herders were forced to abandon their traditional way of life and settle in collective farms, leading to the loss of their cultural identity and the destruction of their social structures.
80 лет назад в результате галощекинской коллективизации и искусственно созданным голодом, получившим название Ашаршылык, казахский народ понес колоссальные потери. Коллективизация также вызвала многочисленные жертвы в других республиках Советского Союза, однако масштабы преступлений советского режима в степи были беспрецедентными. О великой трагедии народа материал Данияра Касымова.
Ветерану войны и труда, жителю Зерендинского района Акмолинской области Баяну Жангауову 97 лет. Во время коллективизации он уже был достаточно взрослым и помнит подробности великой трагедии. Тогда Аксахал потерял почти всех своих близких, которые умерли от голода.
Мне вспомнить особенно вот этот 30-й голодный год очень тяжело. Сам чуть не погиб с голода. Благодаря добрых людей я не погиб, спасся. А у моего родной брат с женой, 4 малолетними детьми погибли они. Я это никак не могу забыть. Это было в 1933 году.
Казахстану по сравнению с другими регионами Советской империи не повезло особенно. Сюда Сталин направил своего тогдашнего соратника Филиппа Голощекина. В нашей республике он с энтузиазмом взялся за дело. Инициировал так называемый «Малый Октябрь», провел конфискацию, уничтожал инакомыслящих, в общем, подготовил нужные условия для организации невиданного доселе голода.
Though, in the early 19th century, the Soviet government aimed to modernize Kazakh society and culture by implementing policies that encouraged education, literacy, and the modernization of the economy. This period of change, known as the Cultural Revolution of Kazakhs, lasted from the 1920s to the 1930s. One of the significant changes brought about by the Cultural Revolution was the promotion of education and literacy among Kazakhs. Before the Soviet period, education was limited to the elite, and most Kazakhs were illiterate. However, the Soviet government introduced policies that made education more accessible to Kazakhs, with the establishment of schools and universities across the country. The Kazakh language was also written in Cyrillic script to increase the literacy rates.
To fully understand the Cultural Revolution in Kazakhstan, it is essential to examine the questions posed by this significant event. What were the objectives of the Soviet authorities in initiating the revolution? What impact did the revolution have on traditional Kazakh culture? What were the economic consequences of the revolution? These are just a few of the questions that need to be answered. In conclusion, the Cultural Revolution in Kazakhstan during the Soviet period was a significant event in this country's history. It had a profound impact on the Kazakh people and their traditional way of life, as well as the country's cultural heritage. The revolution raised many problematic issues that continue to be debated to this day.